They're going streaking, so let's join them in Memphis. They were looking for 9 straight last night, of course, went into the evening, riding that 8-game winning streak here. So we're going to pick this one up with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. The Celtics up 19-17. Peyton Pritchard steals the ball. And then here, back to Drew Holiday.
Look like work.
It's the glue guy, Drew Holiday, man, does everything.
8 seconds left here in the first quarter. The Grizzlies up. Morant spins, lays it up and in.
You can still do that.
Grizzlies cut the lead to 32-25 after the first. Watch Santi Aldama here. Finds John Morant in the corner for 3 off glass.
I don't know if he called that one.
He didn't. Look, he was ready to foul his shot. He didn't believe it.
Once he saw it, he liked it, though. 26 points in the game from Morant. The Grizzlies up 11 here.
Light-skinned brother with the good fade.
Oh, we're adding to the green eyes vernacular here. 3 minutes left here in the third. Tatum.
He's so damn good at that mid-post area.
Spins baseline as the shot clock expires.
Footwork. Oh, come here.
He had 25 points, 14 rebounds in this. The Celtics, this is what they do. They're a winning machine. Less than 10 minutes left in the fourth. Derek White hits the 3.
They have so many weapons. Like
Big Rex Jr., he attempted to put the Grizzlies losing into perspective.
I mean, we've had wins, we've had losses. Ain't no reason to feel like crazy. Like it always could be worse. You could be homeless.
We always appreciate perspective.
What?
That is an unbelievable. That's an interesting perspective.
I think that
that's a crazy.
I mean,
that's crazy.
Why is that crazy? Not the quote, but more the concerns that you're seeing here for Memphis.
Well, first of all, the whole organization needs to be reevaluated, right? They built something from ground up, had a contractor in place that was doing a hell of a job, laid the foundation, had the plumbing underneath, you know what I mean? And all they was doing was steady getting up the framework and doing everything else. And then all of a sudden, step by step, they started messing up this culture that they were building. It started off, you know, you let go of Tyus Jones, you lose Dylan Brooks. And then all of a sudden, you fired Taylor Jenkins, who, by the way, probably didn't have a chance, right? People say, oh, it was maybe John Morant or, you know, the offense or whatever. Think about this for a second. Malika, you host this show and you do a great job at it.
Until I start swapping player names.
One of the best in the game.
Thank you.
Imagine coming in here and you have no say on who your producers are, who have your back, right? This is what Coach Taylor Jenkins.
When they
the front office. The front office, we gonna hire your assistants. Every day he walk in the coaches meeting, they had a wire on.
Yeah.
He had no chance. So now you have to restart. And when you hear comments like, you know, Desmond Baines and Jaren Jackson Jr. and John Morant, you know, they look confused. They sound confused when they go back to the drawing board because it's time to do a rebuild.
It is. And first, Trip, please use a better analogy when you're talking or giving worst case scenarios. Good intention, but that we need some better.
The intention
better
was there.
Circumstances. But yes, to piggyback on Perk, they don't have an identity. They lost a lot of pieces along the way. Taylor Jenkins was the final straw. And to go from a 2 seed to now probably in the play-in is going to be a big failure of a season.
But that begs the question, okay, so if the Houston Rockets are the 2 seed, they just lost to the Los Angeles Lakers. At one point, the Memphis Grizzlies were the 2 seed. OKC can't play themselves in the Western Conference Finals, so who is the second-best team in the West?
For me, I like Memphis a lot until these things happen. But now it's to Houston. And me and Perk talked earlier, we really don't have a second team that stands out because the vet in me wants to pick Denver. They have a good, veteranship group. Lakers have some veteranship. Golden State. But right now it's Houston. Houston has the pieces. They have a little bit of experience with Ime and Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet, those guys. But they're still not going to be trusted because they haven't shown that they can do it. They haven't been in the playoffs. So their biggest issue is the experience. But this is the group that I look at as being one of those teams that could ultimately give OKC a test.
And real quick, the shooting
is way back, but it's what Coach Tibbs has figured out without his star point guard that could pay dividends come playoff time. We'll explain. Plus, did you check your calendars?
Nope.
It's April Fool's Day.
Oh.
We're going to count down the top 5 fakeouts in NBA history. I don't think you're on the list, Danny.
I hope not. I hope not.
Promise.
Don't think I'm bad on this show.
NBA
you know, we petty over here in the NBA today.
he's the king, but that was a gesture. A little circus shot there, and then a behind-the-back pass from Luka Doncic.
It was showtime. It was showtime in Crypto.com Arena yesterday.
Gabe Vincent, though, 6 threes in this game. Huge for them. And then Doncic going to work.
Nasty.
An absolutely nasty crossover. Finds Dorian Finney-Smith in the corner. He hit 6 threes. Doncic putting Şengün on skates there. Finding Finney-Smith in the corner. Let's talk about
like that too, Malik.
Kingston. Make sure you hear that. Get that back. Right here, Jabari Smith Jr. sneaks in the lane for the mid-range. Cut the lead to 3 here. The Rockets not going away easily. Next Lakers possession, Doncic drives all the way to the cup for the layup. The Lakers lead up to 5 once
Turned the
again.
corner on that pick and roll with some speed.
And then just over a minute left. The Lakers up 5 here.
Amen Thompson, he's so damn special.
I'm serious. When you do a Eurotrip, do you have to make that noise on the floor? I feel like that everyone.
Just natural.
Yeah, right. Everyone does that a little bit. And then when the broadcast says blocked by James, you can't help but go back to 2016.
At the center position.
LA escapes with a crucial victory here. Here's LeBron James after the game on the Lakers' commitment to defense.
Defensively, we was very locked in with our game plan and our what we wanted to do. Like I said, team that won, I think 13 out of 14. They've been red hot, probably the hottest team in the NBA, and we understood that we had to key in on our keys defensively in order to win the game.
Limited them to 13 fast break points and 10 second chance points. Made them play in the half court. Our guys really competed on that. And they left everything on. They emptied the tank. They emptied the tank on the defensive end. It was fantastic.
This was the Lakers defense that we had grown accustomed to seeing over the last couple of months. It had slipped away a little bit, but LeBron, let's talk about him. He's now gone 8 straight games without leading his team in scoring. That's the second longest streak of his career, his only longer streak. It happened earlier this season, and yet the Lakers are winning here. That's what happens when you have a Luka Doncic. You heard their voices, now you see their faces. Purple Rain, Danny Green, Kendrick Perkins, and my Nana's Curtains.
It's called skin tone.
It's a nice jacket, though. The little gold leaf there, Perk. You know, a little switch up, looking fly, looking good. Let's talk about the balance that the Lakers have to try to achieve here, Perk, because we talked about how good their defense has been. Do you have to sacrifice a little bit offensively in order to get that defensive effort? What is the sort of thing that they're weighing?
Well, I think it's more so LeBron James sacrificing, right? We saw last night it wasn't one of his biggest scoring nights, but at the end of the day, he played the center position. Anytime you have a guy with that IQ that can anchor your back line defensively, you got a chance, right? And
I want to point out the fact that you said the age of 40. I don't know if he can play the 5 position at the age of 40 for a 7-game series.
And they were able to do that. The Lakers have been deploying lineups that don't necessarily have a traditional center because they've only really been playing Christian Wood as sort of their one center here.
yeah, but
Excuse me, I meant Jackson Hayes. Thank you. Christian Wood.
But here's the thing, right? The reason that it worked for the Lakers is because the reason that the Rockets are one of the better offensive rebounding teams is because they're one of the worst shooting teams. They ranked 25th in the league, so the Lakers knew that. If we take care of the glass, if we take care of the boards, then our chances of winning are very, very high.
Jackson Hayes, my apologies.
No, you're good.
There. Thanks.
Jackson Hayes has.
Really appreciate that. Don't leave me hanging. All right,
Sorry.
Perk, you ready to channel a little bit of Richard here? Maybe drop a button. Jason Tatum and the Celtics. They're going streaking. So let's join them in Memphis. They were looking for 9 straight last night. Of course, went into the evening, riding that 8-game winning streak here. So we're going to pick this one up with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. The Celtics up 19-17. Peyton Pritchard steals the ball. And then here, back to Drew Holiday.
Look like work.
It's the glue guy, Drew Holiday, man. Does everything.
8 seconds left here in the first quarter. The Grizzlies up. Morant spins. Lays it up and in.
You can still do that.
Grizzlies cut the lead to 32-25 after the first. Watch Santi Aldama here. Finds John Morant in the corner for 3 off glass.
I don't know if he called that one.
He didn't. Look, he was ready to follow his shot. He didn't believe it.
Once he saw it, he liked it, though. 26 points in the game from Morant. The Grizzlies up 11 here.
Light-skinned brother with the good fade.
Oh, we're adding to the green eyes vernacular here. 3 minutes left here in the third. Tatum.
He's so damn good at that mid-post area.
Spins baseline as the shot clock expires.
Footwork. Oh, come here.
He had 25 points, 14 rebounds in this. The Celtics, this is what they do. They're a winning machine. Less than 10 minutes left in the fourth. Derek White hits the three.
They have so many weapons. Like
big